Okay, everybody, Candy Light and Akila the Eagle are here to show you day one of Sculpt January. Let's see. This is Candy Light's idea. She's going to tell you what it is.
Yeah, so today we're doing a dragon egg.
And Candy Light decided to do a dragon egg with what coming out of it?
Wings.
So this is really awesome to do. So we're gonna show you really quick. She did this for real, but we're just gonna remake it really quickly so you guys can try to do it. So I'm going to click on this green dot right here. So we're looking at straight in the front. Okay, moving it here. And I've got the grab brush. You can use G to get the grab brush. And just to make this really fancy, I'm gonna turn on Y symmetry as well. And I'm gonna put the tip of mine way on the top here and just click and pull it up. So this now gets an egg shape. There we go, like that. Does it look like an egg?
Yeah.
Okay, now to make the wings come out of the egg, we're gonna do something, a slightly new thing. We're gonna use this mask tool. So if you press M or click this button down here, it gets the mask tool. I'm gonna keep symmetry on in X, and I'm gonna make my brush pretty small with F. Okay, and now I'm gonna rotate it. You know what, I'm gonna go back to the front view, and I'm going to draw just a little bit right here is where I want the wings to come out. And you can see it gets darker there. Okay, now if I rotate this so I can see the side view, that's what it looks like. So that's where the wing is going to come out. And if I invert the mask, so if I go to mask, invert mask, now it's going to let me only mess with that part that's still light, right?
Right.
Whereas the dark part, it won't let me sculpt there. So if I use the grab brush again, if I try to sculpt on the gray, nothing happens. But if I try to sculpt here, something happens. So that's going to make it so we only pull the wing out from that one spot.
Yes.
Okay, so now I'm going to go back to front view by clicking on the green here. So basically I'm looking right in the front, like that. So you can see here's the spot we're going to work on. Okay, now we need to turn on thin topo, right? Dynamic topology. Yep. And we're going to actually change a setting here. So I'm going to make sure detailing is set to constant detail. And then I'm going to take this little eyedropper, click it, and click somewhere in the middle. And what that's going to do is it's going to set this resolution to match the resolution of the rest of the egg. Pretty easy. Okay, now instead of using the grab tool, we're going to use the snake hook tool, which is one of Candy Light's favorite tools, right?
Right.
I'm going to make it kind of big like this. I'm going to zoom out a little bit. Okay, here we go. Should we make the wing?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to grab it right in the middle. I'm going to pull it straight out to the side like that. There we go. Okay, so that's like the rib of our wing. Let me go back to front view. Now, we're going to go back to the mask tool again. If I do mask, I can clear the mask with Alt-M or click clear mask, then everything goes white again. And I want to look from underneath, and I basically want to now pull down like the bat wing from the bottom. Because bat wings, what's the top like? Nice and thick. And then the bottom of it is more
like soft and like
thin. So that's what we're going to do.
Like paper.
It's almost like paper. The bottom of it's like paper.
That's what I said.
So now I'm going to click on this blue dot down here, which is going to go to bottom view, like exactly looking up from the bottom. Since we have symmetry on, I can just do this to one wing, and it's going to automatically happen on the other one. Okay, I'm going to make my brush nice and small. I'm going to use Shift F to make my strength really strong. And then I'm just going to draw a black line, a gray line, across the bottom of this, the rib, I guess, of this wing. Okay, so I'm just drawing like this. Shift the canvas over a little bit with Shift middle mouse button, and then draw a little bit more. Something like that, because basically we want to pull out from the bottom of this wing. That's where we want to pull out. Sorry, from the rib, that's where we want to pull out the wing. So you can see how it's like darker on the bottom. Okay, I'm going to go back to front view by pressing the little green thing. Okay, and now we've got to do what to the mask?
We're going to pull it out.
But we have to first invert the mask, because now, see if I go to K, snake hook, it's going to let me pull this, and I don't want to do that. I only want to pull this part of it. So if I go to mask, invert mask, now it's only going to let me pull out from the bottom. So click on the green dot again. I'm going to use the snake hook tool. Make sure your dim topo is still on. It should be. I'm going to make it really big. Now, I won't be able to get this as nice as Elise's, but basically, when you see the yellow dot in the middle, that means you can start doing it. And I'm just going to pull down. And there it is. There's the wing. Okay. So now I'm going to come over here and do the same thing. Pull down a little bit. And you can play with the shape a lot. Like here, I can make it smaller and we can pull down here. Oops. Yeah. You need to see that inner dot for it to work. I'm going to pull this around and curve it a little bit. Like this. Oh, that's kind of cool, right? Mm-hmm. So that's it. So if I zoom out now, you can see that we've got an egg with wings. So I'm going to go to mask and clear the mask. Okay, and then the last thing that Elise did, she did all that. She turned off symmetry so that we could add what?
The dots.
The little dots to the egg. Okay, so click on X to turn off the symmetry. Basically, you want there to be nothing blue here. Oops. It might take a second to update. There we go. And now I think Elise used the clay tool, not the clay strips tool, but the clay tool, which you can use C to get the clay tool.
No. It's
And yeah, she's bringing up a good point. So if I just use this, so let's say we want the dots to be this big. If I just use this, you can see that the dots come out at you.
Yeah, but if you wanted to go in, you need to use the
Control key.
Yeah, control. Like
so if you hold Control,
and if you also
tell him how to do Control Z.
If you also do Control, you can say Control Z, and then it will erase what you do.
It undoes.
Like
Control Z will undo.
If I do something like this on my dad's walk.
There you go. It worked. Yep. So she just did something she didn't want to do. What do you press?
Control Z.
Yep. You give it a second because because we're recording a video, it's a little slower than we're used to.
Yeah.
So I press Control Z, and now it's back to normal. So I'm going to hold Control, and I'm going to just draw little dots here. And that is how Elise made her egg. Now, Elise went a step further, and she actually colored hers, and she added some more texture, and we actually animated it so it would fly.
Yeah.
But we're not going to show you all that right now. But here you go. Here is how to make a dragon egg
with wings.
With the wings coming out.
If you also want, we can tell you how to do tomorrow's.
Yep, we'll help you with tomorrow's too. Bye-bye.
Bye.